In today's Power Query challenge, I have sales for several products, and I want to keep only the transactions where the sales value is higher than the average of the last 3 sales for that product. And we are going to do this using a really useful Power Query pattern. Let's build it step by step. Just load the data into Power Query. The first thing we need to do is separate the products. So I will use Group By in the Transform tab. Then Group By Product. You can name the column however you like. Choose all rows as the operation. Normally when we use table group function, we might calculate something like the sum, average or count and get one value per product. But that's not what we want here. We eventually want to filter the individual rows, so instead of reducing each group to one number, we are going to keep the groups table. Instead of one big table, Power Query is now thinking about the data as separate groups, product A, product B, product C. And this is useful because we want the calculation to happen independently inside each product. Look at the formula. The word each tells Power Query for every product group run the following logic, and the underscore symbol represents the nested table. So I'll just delete everything after it. So if Power Query is currently working on product A, the underscore symbol is the table containing product A. To get the sales values from our nested table, I'll just type sales in square brackets right after the underscore symbol. Our first job is to find the last 3 sales. Underscore sales gives us the sales column from the current group, but that gives us all the sales. We want only the last 3, so I will use list last n function. The second argument is 3, and 3 simply tells Power Query how many values we want. We now have the 3 values we want to use as our benchmark. Now we wrap list average around that list. So we are doing this from the inside out. First get the sales column, then take the last 3 values, then calculate their average. We need the average for each product only as the intermediate result. So I will use let-in expression to get the result I need, the filtered rows. That's why I stored the result in a variable called average. We can use table select rows function. The first argument is our underscore symbol, which represents the nested table, and the condition is following. If each sales value is greater than the average, it's what we need. For every row in the current product group, Power Query asks, is the sales value greater than the average we calculated? If the answer is yes, the row stays. If the answer is no, the row is removed. Now let's look at what table group has actually produced. We have one row per product, and we have this extra column, where each cell contains a small table. So inside product A, we have the filtered product A table. This is actually what we wanted. We are just not finished yet. We just need to create a new step and use table combine for our last column. The argument gives us the column, in other words, the collection of tables we've just created. And then table combine takes those tables and stacks them together vertically. So we are essentially undoing the grouping structure, but keeping the filtering we've performed into each group. As you may have guessed, the interesting thing about this example isn't really the average. The useful pattern is group, calculate, filter, combine. You can perform a completely different transformation inside each group. See ya!